person or a situation. I got to keep reiterating that because that's what my Abba got on my heart. Some of us are attached to things that are keeping us from what Yah has for us because we so busy trying to. No. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Do you trust Yah? Do you believe Yah? Because holding on to that thing is saying that you don't trust Yah. You're not trusting Yah for you, and you're not trusting Yah for whatever it is He's trying to separate you from. Whether it's that person, you ain't trusting Yah to handle it. So you think you being connected to that person is saving them? You think that you being connected to that person is helping them? You think that you being connected to that person is doing anything for their benefit? You're killing them. Your disobedience is killing you and them. Y'all both gonna suffer. Y'all both are going to suffer. Y'all going to suffer as individuals, and y'all going to suffer as a unit because y'all moving in disobedience. Y'all said separate. Separate yourself from that which is a hindrance to your relationship with me. It's not hindering my relationship with the Most High because... Says who? Look at your attitude. Look at your mood. Look at your conversation. Every time you open your mouth, this is what you're talking about. Or your conversations are coming from this seat, from this place. You're talking about this, but you're thinking about that as you talk about it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Whatever it is, separate. And who knows, y'all might bring it back together and he might not. But better is it to be obedient than to be disobedient. Better is it to trust Yah than to think that you can do. What can you do? Nothing. Except for cause chaos and confusion and destruction in your life and be judged according to it. Except for be in trouble. Except for get a beating. That's it. That's all you can do. That's what disobedience causes. So in your disobedience, don't let disobedience fool you into thinking you're doing the right thing. Because you're not. If Yah say separate, then you need to separate. If Yah say get rid of it, then you need to get rid of it. If Yah say move on from it, then you need to move on from it. Don't try to string it along with the hopes of it finally catching on. It's never going to catch on because Yah has told it not to. The whole time you thinking it's the situation, but Yah is doing something to you. How much do you trust me? Do you trust me to walk away from this? Do you believe me to walk away from this? Am I more important to you than you're connected to this? Than your connection to this? Or not? Because if not, you can have it. If this is what you want, because I've told you to leave it alone, if this is what you want, so be it. Die there. And if you think I'm lying, you ain't reading the word. Yah will leave you right there as Moses. This what you want? I done told you 20,000 times. Ask Moses. Ask Solomon. Leave you right there. Yes, he will. So what do you want? Do you want the life that Yah has for you? Or you want to keep spinning around in what you got going on? You better ask your Abba, is it time to separate so you can get to it? Hallelujah. My goal is to not come back. I'm hungry. My baby hungry. But if my Abba tell me to do it, here I am. That's how I will stand. But I'm just going to tell you real quick. Go ahead and separate. Same way I can chop these onions up. You need to chop whatever relationship that is. Whatever yoke that is. Whatever that is hooked on you. That you tossing and turning. I don't know, and I should let it go. Because if it's meant to be there, Yah will allow it to be there. And if it's meant to go, Yah gonna let that thing leave. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop trying to hold on to stuff that Yah is trying to take away. Why are you doing that to you? Yah is trying to take it away. Yah wants it gone so that he can build the life that... How much time you got left? You want to experience what Yah has for you, or you want to keep living? For me, as for me and my house, I want what my Abba wants for me. That's coming with, has come with, and probably will continue on. I don't know, but it come with some heartache, some disappointment, some discomfort. But better is it to have all of that and be obedient to my Abba than to hear him say to me, who are you? Never heard of you. Stop playing with Yah. And stop playing with you and playing with Yah. How much time do you have left? Stop playing with your life. Like, you are really playing with your life. Yah has abundance and love and laughter and joy and all of these things waiting for you, but you want to keep sitting around playing patty cake with despair. Why? Because of time? Well, we've done this for so long, or we've been together for so long, or I've been at this job for so long, or I've been doing my hair like this for so long. So, part ways. It is what it is. Why does how long, just because something has been done doesn't mean that it should be. It is what it is. Get rid of it. Sever. Sever. Stop staying connected to things for the sake of staying connected. So what? So what? They're gonna talk about you. They're gonna talk about you whether you did or not. They talk about how much you have. They're gonna ridicule me. They're gonna think I'm gonna feel a way about me. You feel a way about you now. I just don't. I don't want to live with regret. You're regretting now. You still talking about stuff that happened in 1993 now. You're still talking about fun you had in 2003 now in 2024 because you want to get back to that, but you won't get rid of this. Why? Why are you, okay, Abba, why are you digging your own self a grave and putting the dirt on yourself? You are digging a grave, putting yourself in a box, getting in the ground and making some type of mechanism where you just bringing the dirt over yourself. You're killing yourself. You're burying yourself. Yah hasn't placed that burden on you. You are holding that for yourself. You are yoking yourself to that. Yah wants to know if you love that more than him. That is the decision being made. Glory to the Most High. That is the judgment. Yah wants to know who loves something more than they love me. That's what I'm on the lookout for. I'm on the lookout for who loves me and who loves something. Hallelujah. Glory to the Most High. I think that's it. Till next time. Bless y'all. I've been doing these squats. That's my knees, my quads would have been burning leaning over like this. But bless y'all for all things. May he keep you and may you make the decision now. And ask y'all to lead you the entire way. Make the decision now. Come with me. Come whatever heartache, come whatever ridicule, come whatever discomfort, whatever. Whether you got to speak on something or not speak on something, whether you got to do something or not do something, whether you got to leave someone or stay with someone, whether you got to leave the job or stay with a job or take whatever. Get to it. Shalom. Shalom. Again. So, before we go to bed, because it's late, I was in the shower and I was talking to our Abba, and I was like, could I say, right, that Abba, with you is all or nothing, right? Because on one end, I'm just like, definitely, without a doubt, but then I'm also like, with his mercy, contrite heart, and being sincere, and so he poses some questions. He asks, when you go to the grocery store and you get to the register, and he was like, I'll make it easy for you. When you get to self-checkout, is that machine expecting all or some when it comes to paying for your groceries? And I was like, all. When you go in the store, before you even start packing up things in the cart, you already have in your mind that you're going to pay for all your groceries. He was like, and he even started talking to me about jobs. He was like, you go to work, right? Whether you are a regular employee, a hourly employee, a salary employee, whether you are the district manager, the CEO, there's always someone to answer to, right? And whoever you answer to, right, are they expecting all or some? And I was kind of thinking, and before I could even finish, it's all. They want all of you. They expect all of you, and you give it to them. You give them you even when you aren't on the clock. You determine what you will and won't do when you get off work because of when you have to go to work the next day. You will not go to a certain place, not do a certain thing, go to bed a certain time. All of these things because of what? Because I have work tomorrow. You're not even on the clock. You are off work thinking about work. And organizing your life, you organize your life around a job. What time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what you do on your off day, what you don't do on your off day. And some people go as far as like, I'm good. All I gotta do is call off, but you still gotta call and ask for permission. Like, you're calling off because that's how you ask for permission to not go to work. You gotta ask for permission to be sick. You gotta ask permission for your child to be sick. You gotta ask for permission for just a day to do your own thing and mind your business. You have to ask for permission. So the job is all or nothing, right? And we don't go back and forth over the grocery store being all or nothing, the jobs being all or nothing. And he was like, when you get that car, right, and you make payments, do they want all their money or some of their money? And I said, but they want all their money. But I said, sometimes you can, you know what I mean, get a little extension, I guess, or shoot, some people just buck and don't pay at all. And he says, and how long does that last before they come get the car? And you still gotta pay them. And I was like, eventually they do. At somehow, some way, they get all their money. He was like, does the bank want all of their money for the house? I said, absolutely. So why is it that Yahs people are comfortable with giving all to the things that don't matter, but have when it comes to Yah? Why do we have tail when it comes to Yah? Everything else is all or nothing, and we expect that, and we willingly give that. We'll sign our names on the dotted line for cars with the all or nothing premise. We'll sign our name with the for a house with the all or nothing premise. Jobs, right? Because that's what a job contract is. It's a covenant. So we enter into these covenants knowing that the foundation of these covenants are in a all or nothing. Are founded in all or nothing. But when it comes to our Abba, we try to find loopholes and scheme and finesse because we know that he loves us. Why do we do that? Why do we think that's okay? How long do we think it's going to last before y'all want the car back? Before the house goes into foreclosure? How long? Before it's the red tape. You know what I mean? You know how, like, when you late on your bills and at some point, like, the colors on the notes change. It's like it'll be regular, and then sometimes that thing could come in red, right? For like final notice or something like that. How long you think you got for the final notice? Or have you already received it? Have you already received your final notice and you still playing around? Like they won't garnish your check and get all their money regardless? The city treasurer for, I don't know if y'all pay, what do we call it here? Let me look. Like, just paid mine. Personal property tax. So y'all got personal property tax where y'all are? Here is personal property tax. You are taxed on owning your own things here, right? And how long do you think that you cannot pay those people, the state, right, before they go to your bank account and go get their money? They will freeze your account in your name for your social security number where your money that you put in goes into, and they will put a freeze on it, and you can't do anything about it. Bro, it's your money. All or nothing. And it's like, we know these things. These are things that are known. Like, and I feel like there's this part of us that feel like we can play with y'all like that because the consequence, it's like we know that those things are going to happen, and that's a definite. But because Yah is merciful, we can play with him. It's like I can't play with the state because the state is going to come and freeze my account, but I can play with Yah because I'm still going to wake up in the morning. But it's kind of like says who, right? Like you can't really guarantee that. I can play with Yah because I've been playing with him this long. So, like I said, but did you receive your final notice yet? Like I don't know. I just wanted to come and share that perspective and encourage you to pray on that and find out where you are on that thing, because don't just assume that this is not your final notice. Don't assume that Yah is going to keep telling you because he has been telling you. I don't really like repeating myself. Like when I say clean this room up, that's like it's only gonna be maybe a couple more times before I get mad. And now nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's coming over. Can't talk on the phone. You get what I'm saying? So if we in our carnal mind know how to repay action for action, how much more our Abba? How much more Yahuwah? We read through these scriptures and we see how his don't play is really like don't play. But yet we still play. Why is that? Why do we feel like we have the lead way? We have the wiggle room. We have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, right? Like to play, yeah. Because that's really what it is. Like you're trying to play him. You won't play your job. You won't pay the electric company. You won't play your cell phone company people. You won't try to play your car people. You won't try to play Wegmans or Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is my favorite. You won't try to play them. You won't drive through the Chick-fil-A line, the Kava line, the pizza place. You won't try to play them. But the one who has the power to take your breath out your nostrils, you want to try to play him. Ain't that wild? That's crazy. Like to think that we would have the audacity to try to do something like that. To play with the one who has the power to take breath from out of your, bro, like right now in this moment, like just take it, like just, and you did. Or to take it from your children in front of you and tell you you better not cry like Aaron or Eli. Or to leave you like Moses. Or to take his presence from you. Allow you to know what that feels like to have Yah remove his presence from you like HaMashiach. That's why he cried out. He won't crying out because of pain in his body, bumped his body. In order for that to happen at the capacity in which it happened, in order for him to carry our sin in full capacity, Yah does not dwell in the midst of sin. HaMashiach felt Yah remove his presence from him. So he knows what it feels like for a physical and excruciating, painfully, oh my gosh, physical death, but also that which is worse, the death of the soul. So the Elohim that has the power to kill, what is it in the scripture? The flesh and the ruach, right? To destroy them both, will try to play him and not try to. We don't think we can get away with it with man, but we think we can get away with it with the Most High. Riddle me that. Ain't that wild? So, back to my initial question of, is our Abba all or nothing? I agree with all or nothing. But then also, with our Abba, there's his will and his ways to everything, in everything. So I ask that you pray and see what he say for you, for your life. As for me, I don't want to play with Yah. I don't want to tiptoe. I don't want to drag my foot. I don't want to have tail with Yah. to the best of my ability, right? I'm always going to fall short of his glory. Yah is the ultimate standard, right? Never would I be able to acquire or achieve that level of righteousness, that level of grace and mercy and forgiveness and long suffering and kindness. I'll never compassion, right? But there's a desire in me, a determination in me that tries, right? And that is willing to forego all the comforts, right? The comforts of friends, the comforts of family, the comforts of being liked, the comforts of companionship, right? Because when you're walking with Yah, even people who say they're walking with Yah will walk away from you when they see how dedicated and how real you are to it. If you are really true with the Most High, people will leave you. If nobody has left you, then you're not really walking with Yah. Because now that's all you talk about. Now you eating different. Now you walking different. Now your perspective is different. Now you are different. There's no way that you can love Yah in the ways of the world. There's no way that you can participate in the ways of righteousness and in the ways of the world. You can't. You can't. It's impossible unless you love one and hate the other. So yeah, is Yah all or nothing, right? Is he willing to accept your half-tailing? Are you willing to accept your half-telling? Like, what if Yah is? What if he's like, yeah, I'll accept that. I love you so much that I'll accept it. Does that not make you the more determined to not give that to him? The fact that Yah is willing to accept 5, if Yah is willing to accept 5, does that not make you want to give him 20? Does that not make you want to apply more effort, be more determined? Not necessarily by your own standards, but with your own efforts. Like, but this is what you want me to do, so I'm going to put my effort into it. You say read your word, so I'm going to take the time to read your word. You say apply your word, I'm going to take the time to apply your word, right? Granted, everything by will, grace, power from our Abba, but there is an effort required on our part, and I feel like sometimes, a lot of times, too many times, we lack in the effort department, and we don't hold ourselves accountable or those on the journey with us accountable. It's my responsibility to hold my daughter accountable. It's my responsibility to hold those that I love accountable according to this word. I can't just watch you slip and just let you slip. I gotta let you know you're falling. And it's also not my responsibility to hold your hand the entire time. Because at some point you gotta get up. Because if I continue to hold your hand as I watch you fall, and I'm telling you that you're falling, and I've given you the tools, the tips, and everything that Yah has given me to give you, and you still continue down that area, the longer I hold your hand, the longer I'm hindering you from fully being reliant on the Most High. And also, I'm shaming myself in the Most High for feeling that the longer that I hold your hand, I got the power, Yah. That's what you're saying. You're saying, you know what, I have the power that you have. I can continue to hold this hand, and I'm going to help them, and I'm going to help both of us, and we're going to get through this. Says who? Did Yah tell you that? And I'm not talking about, because some people are confused Yah with emotion. This feels good, so I'm good. Did Yah tell you that? Because regardless of if it feels good or not, Yah's word is going to stand. So if you only hear Yah when it feels good, that's your voice, not Yah. Because Yah is about correction. So everything that he's going to say doesn't feel good. I tell my daughter that all the time. I love you so much, but everything that I say is not going to feel good. Everything that I say is not going to be exciting. Everything that I say is not going to be to your liking. It is what it is. Because I'm too responsible for you to only focus on that which you like. I care more about your soul than I do your feelings. Do I care about your feelings? Absolutely. Close second. Close second. Your soul and then your feelings close second. But your soul is that's priority. And so if every time you are receiving word from Yah is overjoyed, and well, let me take that back. Every time you hear from Yah, you should be overjoyed because he's actually speaking to you. But in that, it's not always going to be comfort. It's not always going to be your liking. It's not always going to be woohoo. So, shalom, shalom. So with that, not only is Yah, right? The El that we serve, is he all or nothing? But are you all or nothing when it comes to him? Are you willing to be all in with Yah, regardless of the requirements? And are you willing to stick that thing out, regardless of the results? If you lose everything, are you still willing? If you lose everyone, are you still willing? If it hurts, if it's uncomfortable, are you still willing? Shalom.